YouTube channel. I know I haven't been here in a while because I've been traveling the world. For those that don't know, I am a world traveler. My passion is traveling and meeting people and being around the world. And if you know, I am affiliated with Booking.com where you can get all your tickets, hotel stays, car rentals, and everything. I'm also affiliated with Viator.com where you can also book in all the traveling activities. So you can follow me in all the other platforms as Organic Curves, Empress Saajida, Saajida Brows. This is something. Let me tell you a little bit about me. My trip to Lagos, Nigeria. You're gonna get to know the good, the bad, the everything, and I'm gonna talk accordingly to my experience in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, starting the whole thing, let me tell you a little bit about me. I am an Afro-Latina. I was born and raised in Central America in Panama, which my native language is Spanish. And as you know, Panama was colonized by the Spaniards, and that's how we speak Spanish. And also, by learning history and stuff like that, I was able to do my DNA through Ancestry and found out that I am 51% West African and 49% Northern Eastern European. And one of the biggest mixtures that I have is my ancestors are from Nigeria. So my mom was telling me a little bit about, when the slave came to, they were taken from West Africa, brought into Panama to build the Panama Canal and to the West Indies and the Caribbean and stuff like that. That's how it all came about. And there was something like the no return. Like, I think they went from Ghana or something, because I also have a Ghanaian family from Ghana. And there was a no return. So in my spirit, I felt I need to break that curse. I need to go to Africa. I need to go to Africa. So I made a good friend and we do business together. And that was my opportunity to go into the African continent. And let me tell you how it starts. So if you're planning to visit Nigeria, let's start from the beginning. So if you are in the United States or any part of the world, first of all, you got to get in touch with the Nigerian embassy. Because the Nigerian, you cannot just go with a U.S. passport or other passport. You need a visa. Now you could get a tourist visa, which is very hard to get, or you could get a business visa, which is more likely you're going to get because you're going to go in for business purposes. Also, you need to have a official invitation so they can give you a visa. Now, the visa, you can go to the embassy, but what they'll do, they'll tell you to go and apply for the visa online. It's around 160 USD dollars. And then you have to wait about 2 weeks and stuff like that. But because I was able to go through the embassy, everything was expedited for me. So I was able to go faster, jump through the hoops, like they say. That's what they call connection, right? Anyways, so before you go to Nigeria, any part of Africa, make sure you're vaccinated with yellow fever vaccine. If you don't have your yellow fever vaccine, you cannot enter the African continent. Now for Nigeria, they also require the malaria. The main one is the yellow fever, but the malaria is pills. It's not a vaccine, so you have to call your doctor. Before I go, the yellow fever vaccine in the U.S. is around $200. So just know, put some $200 for that vaccine that you have to get. But the malaria, your insurance will pay for it. And you have to take the pill, the one that they gave me, 2 days prior traveling. And then you take it for a total of 16 days. So I was there for around 7 days. So after I came back to the U.S. again, I had to continue taking the malaria pills. So now I'm going to give you another trip. So you can go even directly from New York to Lagos, or you could do a 2-stop. So this time we chose United Airlines. I booked it through my affiliated link, which is booking.com, and you can find on my Instagram, on my app, which I have empressaajida.com. It's my own free app, and you can go directly to my booking.com there. And let me tell you, I paid for the tickets, and then it was reimbursed and stuff like that for about, it runs about $1,500 to go to Nigeria later from New York or something like that. Now they allow you to take two big luggages that cannot oversee, I think, 50 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, or 49 pounds. Make sure you don't over, because then you have to pay. But you got two big luggage and a carry, and your book bag and two big luggages. And why they do that? Because anybody that goes to Africa usually takes a lot of clothes. And I was like, wow, in America they only allow you one bag. And I was like, oh, this is exciting. I can take everything that I want to wear, and I can bring everything that I need. Anyways, I was like, oh, this is exciting, two bags, blah, 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 blah. Now, because I have a lot to do and my life is so busy and busy, what I did, I said, I'm going to get very tired because the flight is long. So we took United Airlines, and we took a 40 minutes flight to Dulles, Washington. And then from there, we took United Airlines straight to Lagos. It was for like 9 hours and a half. For me, it was very easy. I'll tell you a little trick, because a lot of people say, oh, that flight is too long, blah, 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 blah. Just be extremely tired. So I slept for 8 hours, right? Remember, I'm in a flight for like 9 hours and a half. And when I slept for 8 hours, I have like 1 hour and a half. So I watched a movie, I ate breakfast, I washed my teeth, I did all of that, went to the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. And I was able to get up, and boom, we landed. You didn't even feel it. Let me tell you something. When you take the short flights, a lot of people don't know, because people say, oh my God, being on the air for a long time. When you're going abroad to another continent, trust me, the airlines have the most experienced pilots. You don't even feel when you take off. You don't feel when you're in the air, and you don't feel when you land. Do you know when you experience the most rough flights, the shortest flight? Guess why? Because the students are the ones that are like really learning. They don't go abroad. They got to learn some way, right? Think about it. So the short flights are the students, and the long flights are the professionals. Bring this for the new year. So now that we got that part covered, now we land in Lagos, Nigeria. When I tell you that I landed there, and from the moment I got off the plane, the energy and the vibe completely changed. I felt home. I didn't feel like something was sucking my energy. I felt like energized right away. It was very helpful. Even the officers, the immigration officers, they were flirting. All these men flirting. How can I help you, man? They were even competing to get my phone number. I was like, wait. But they were very kind, they were very helpful. So then after that, the people of the embassy met us at the entrance. We had a, what is it called? SUV truck. And we had an armed guard. We had bodyguards that met us at the airport. And I was like, oh, this is very exciting. So we had high levels of security. They really used the big thing, the big gun, the M16 kind of thing. Then we drove for about like an hour. We even passed that, I wrote it down. We passed that Makako slum. So I was able to see on my right hand side the Makako slums. And it made me think like, wow, this is not life, right? I was like, this is not how people should live. So right away I was like, I started asking questions, and what is that? And they were trying to explain to me that is, extreme poverty there. And I was like, okay. So we were driving. I was able to embrace like, Africa, poverty areas. And then we went all the way and we crossed over the Victoria Island, where we stayed at the Continental Hotel, the 5-star hotels in Lagos, Nigeria. When I tell you Let me go back and talk, and then I'll come back to that. People here in the United States, mostly African Americans friends that I have in the United States were very discouraging to me. Most of them were like, "Oh, you're going to Nigeria. Nigeria is full of scammers. Nigeria is not safe. Lagos is have a lot of kidnapping." So what I did, I didn't say exactly when I was leaving. I didn't speak about it anymore because I didn't want to get that kind of energy in my head and to be discouraged to go to Nigeria. My spirit was telling me I need to go to Nigeria regardless of what people were telling me, okay? So when I got there, going forward, I went to the hotel. I stayed at a Continental Hotel in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm going to give you guys a more than a 5 stars. You guys are like 9 stars. The welcoming that I got in that hotel. Mind you, I have traveled all over the world and I've been able to experience really great service in the best hotels in the world. But this hotel, they treated me the best of all hotels in the world as far as now, 2024. The welcome was warm, was very genuine. The rooms were extremely clean. The food was exquisite, delicious. I love the falafel. No, I'm thinking falafel. You see, I'm already in Morocco somewhere. I tasted a lot of fish, and I take what is the name of the rice? The rice. Oh my God, the rice. Tell me the rice. I know that's my favorite rice. Anyway, I'm probably gonna remember when I go through. But the food is phenomenal. It's spicy. So if you like spicy food, then Nigeria is the place for you to go. Now, let me tell you, because I wrote it down. I don't want to forget anything. So they have a spa there. I went almost every day. The spa, if you go with US dollars, is not that expensive, but it's really an expensive spa because it costs around 26,000 naira, which is around, 26 USD, right? But for naira, it's a lot. Anyways, so I went there. These Africans esthetician, you hear me? These African women esthetician, they massage you with such a strength that if you went in with pain, you're going to be healed when you get out of there. I went every day, and they were like, "Hi, Empress Saajida," every day, because the job that they did, it was magnificent. I gave them so much tips. I was like, go, take, because I was so happy. And I felt so good. And the energy that they transferred was so good. And they were advising me to, like, be careful, Miss Empress. Don't do business here like that. Because if you don't know, people might take advantage of you. And I said, "Oh, thank you. That's so sweet." So that's when it comes to that. Let's talk about Nigerian women that I experienced in Nigeria in the upper side. These women, okay, America, pay attention, are gorgeous, beautiful, very elegant. They walk with a feminine pride as the prize, as the goddess. Very beautiful. Their nails, their makeup, their outfit. Let me tell you another thing. They wear clothing. They are not naked, and I know they're not naked like here in America. They show the silhouettes, but it's mostly covered. So, and the elegance is so, those women, and they smile with you, and they were very welcoming. So, I heard from some of the men like, "Oh, they're tough. It's tough women. It's this and it's money and it's real." Listen, they doing what women's supposed to do on earth, okay? So there's nothing wrong. I actually admire that behavior from the Nigerian women. I also went to an event and she advised me. She says, You're beautiful. Empress Saajida, you're beautiful. Don't pay attention to none of these Nigerians talking to you, okay? They are lovers. They are lover boys and they are charismatic and they will make you fall in love with them. No, 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 no. That's what she was trying to tell me. Remember, you're not going to be the only one. You're going to be the number one. Five. I was like, ah! But she did tell me they know how to take care of the women. Really good. I said, she says, I said, how? Financially, sexually, everything. I said, very good. And they're believers of God and they love God, they pray. Really good, these women out there. You know, they're a little on the competitive side because they have to keep up, but listen, ladies, Nigerian women have a lot to show you, so pay attention. Now let's talk about the men, the Nigerian men that I saw there. The melanin is popping. Some of them are tall, some of them are shorter, but they're broad. They love to take care of their bodies. Most of them. They are very generous, very polite, very elegant, very kind. Their smile is very genuine. And when you come from somewhere else, I think they just help you and they're very kind. That's what I received. I was treated by the men there as a queen. Daily, I didn't lift a finger. I didn't lift a finger in Africa at all. Everything was given to me. That my friend was telling me, it looks like you're not coming back to America, right? I said, I think I don't want to go back, really. On Sundays now, I was able to see how the families comes to the restaurant, the wife, the kids, the husband, the grandparents, everybody together having a feast and eating. So it gave me a sense of family unity. I was able to embrace that kind of energy that we are losing here in America. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. So that I saw, and they, they're very polite, they're very kind. Hi, how are you? How you doing? Where are you from? That's amazing. So like I said again, the food, it is amazing. The different rice, the fish, the pepper soup. Listen, people were telling me, oh, be careful with the food there. You might get a stomach ache because your stomach is not used to African food, blah, 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 blah. I didn't get stomach ache at all. Mosquitoes bit me and I didn't get sick at all. I felt like I was home, right? I think, yeah, I was home. Anyways, so, one of the things that I did, the hotel that we were in, you see a lot of government officials go there because it's a 5-star hotel, so the best, very successful people, they go to that hotel and stay there. So you really mingle with a lot of powerful people in Nigeria when you stay at that hotel. Now, one day I was there, and I got up, every day I want to get in touch with my family, that I'm okay, don't worry about me, that they treated me so good. But my phone Wi-Fi was off, so I went downstairs to the lobby, and I said, the Wi-Fi is not working. They're like, oh no, it's a government official, so, the phone is going to be off, the Wi-Fi until they leave. I said, whoa. They got it under control. I said, okay. So then it came back like around 3 p.m. I was able to go to the pool. So I had things to entertain myself in the meantime. A lot of the stuff, like, people paid for my meals and gave me extra cash for whatever I wanted to do. I had admirers that offered the car service and they offered me their security. I even was offered like, hey, you want to fly back in a private jet? I said, whoa. I said, man, am I in the wrong continent right now? I need to come back here. Anyways, so that was really, really, really nice and kind and respectful from men over there, which I appreciate. I met a couple. I could say I did meet a couple billionaires there because I was able to visit a very nice private event where the heavy hitters were there and they were very kind. Most of them were married and stuff like that, but it was really nice to see how they congregate and have fun, and it was a great experience. So yeah. So let me see now. When you talk to the locals, right? The locals love Nigeria. They say that they don't like their government, that their government is corrupted. But if they can have a good government system, Nigeria will be the best country in the world. And if you get to know, I did my own research, Nigeria is one of the richest countries in Africa. It's actually the largest city of Africa. There's a lot of great business opportunities in Nigeria. And as you can see, there's a lot of Chinese there. Like, people in America don't really go there so much. They're a little afraid. But the people from China, I'm seeing a lot of them, and I'm seeing a lot of people from India migrating into Nigeria. So it was very interesting for me to see. Now, the things that I was able to see also is like the middle class is like this pretty numb. It's like extreme poverty or extreme wealth. Extreme poverty or extreme wealth. I was able to see both, but I was mostly where the very wealthy lifestyle was, but I was able to actually see, and it made me sad because I was like, Nigeria doesn't need to be like this. There's enough money in Nigeria to allow everybody to live at least middle class, I would say. They can eliminate, the poverty, the severity of poverty, but they will have to make really, really like strict government's decision to make this the right way. And to be honest with you, I feel like the country will even make way more money that they are making. Even their government officials will be able to even generate way more money than they're doing, because if you have your people educated and be able to earn an income and take care of their families, you will be able to actually gain even more. So sometimes it makes me think, it's like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this when, let everybody eat? You're eating why they can't eat, So I'm going accordingly to what the locals are saying. What I like there, the weather. The weather there is warm. It's not extremely hot. When I went, it's hot, but it's not hot to the point that you want to like be half naked and you can handle. It's a very nice warm weather where you can live life and not worry of being extremely cold or extremely warm. The air is it feels good. It's nature. It's the music. Oh my God, the music! I was dancing the whole time. It's music, music, music. And guess when is the best time to go to Nigeria? December, Christmas time. While we working in New York City and working so hard, the Nigerian people, they are partying for almost a whole month. Can you imagine? For a whole month. For a whole month, they off, they enjoying life, they're celebrating with family. And I said, we need that here we need that here in America, because we work all the way till the 24th. You know what I mean? We work all the way to the 24th. Now, in terms of spirituality, let me see. Hold on, people. In terms of spirituality, a lot of people there says, "Oh, be careful, because Nigeria has a lot of witchcraft, and they could make this thing gone, and this over there." And then the other things I was hearing is like, they have the kidnapping, and they have this and that, and it's not safe. For overall, Lagos is safe. Of course, if you go in from somewhere else, you should always have precaution, because, and it's not because the people are bad. It's like when they have these kind of extremes measures that they take, is because they need to make some money for their family. So the desperation will allow people to do desperate things. And I was like, let me tell you, if they change that system, hold on. Nigeria will be a great tourism kind of country, but right now it's not like a tourist place. It's really like the people that live there and the people that came to the United States that will go there to celebrate for the holidays and stuff like that. That's what I see. But they could do better with tourism to attract tourism in there. In terms of like, the embassy, they had gave us advices like don't take Ubers. And Ubers are not safe for tourists because, problem of kidnapping. These are information that they are telling us, and I'm like, okay, so don't take Ubers. For one, they are saying, but I don't know how true is that. Hold on one sec. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. So we will talk. Let me see. I just want to make sure that I'm covering everything. How to? When I was going to Nigeria, there was like 60 wheelchairs at the airport, and I was like, where are all these people going? So it's a really big group of senior citizens or ill people, and what they do, they tend to go to Nigeria and Lagos to a special church where there's a lot of healing and cures and stuff like that. So people will go all the way over there. They have package deals where you can go with a group and for prayer time and for healing time. So a lot of people tend to go over there. So it was a group of like 60 people that went over there. Let me make sure I cover everything. Yes, so the local people were saying like, oh, the government is corrupted. If they wasn't corrupted, then everybody would be able to be good. Nigeria is the richest country in Africa. One of the things is like now you know why men want to leave Nigeria. A lot of people when you go to Nigeria, if they are like in the poverty areas, they will want to like find ways to leave the country because they cannot afford it, and they want to find love and marry somebody and leave leave Nigeria to come to either the UK or the United States or South Africa, stuff like that. But people are very, very, very friendly, very, very warm, very, very kind. Oh my God. I mean, I fell in love with Nigeria. I fell in love with the country. I fell in love with the people. I felt at ease. I felt at home. I was very happy. I felt safe the whole time, even though people were like, oh, it's not safe, it's this. I felt so safe. One of my, clients that I work with is a Caucasian lady, and she had mentioned to me, she's like, I would love to go, but I'm so afraid because they say that it's not safe for white people to go. And I'm like, when I was there, I saw a lot of them. Of course, they're gonna look at you. They were looking at me the whole time. And to be honest, some other people were like, oh, that's a white lady. Like to me, like they look at me, a white lady. They don't really see if I'm mixed or anything. But there were other people that look at me and said, are you from South Africa? And I was like, no, I'm not from South Africa. I'm from Panama. Panama, where is that? And some people knew where Panama was. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. When I was looking at the map, I see that Panama and Africa and Central South, they're very close to Africa. And I was like, why is it no flights or embassy coming to Africa? And I was like, it's not that far. But then I found out that there is a flight that will leave from Brazil. So if you want to go all the way to Brazil, then you can go to South Africa from Brazil. Let's see. Let's say, let's see. There's a large unemployment. The problem also that a lot of Nigerians have a bad reputation in the world as scammers and what is the other thing, and kidnapping and all these things. But like I said, it's a place with millions and millions of people. Of course, there are good people, there are bad people, but I don't really see what the reason why they're doing all these things is because the severity of the lack of opportunity or able to, grow and build business and do things like that. So, like the whole Nigeria, I think it has, from what I've seen, it's like 230 million people, if I'm not mistaken, but Lagos got 25 million people alone. Ooh, that's a lot of people. Um, so I think I cover my, no, say, let's say, I had a bodyguard the whole time where they monitor where I go. So I was not able to like go on my own and venture everything that I wanted to venture by myself. They kept saying that it was not safe, but I didn't feel like that. I felt like if I venture, I just gonna conquer the place. I'm telling you. The major religions that you will see there is Christians, and you will see Muslims too over there. The local governments in the city of Africa, that's the citizens of Africa, they say that that's the problem in Africa. And then people were telling me like, oh, you gotta be careful, there's terrorists there. And they did tell me that there is terrorists, and they are more towards the north of, the north of Nigeria. Now there's some um, neighborhoods that I like. I would like to buy a house in Banana Island in Nigeria, or Ikoji, Victoria Island. That's where I was. So I was in the richest area of Nigeria. So I was able to enjoy the fine of Nigeria in Lagos. The traffic there, just know that the traffic is crazy like New York. So if you come from New York, you get used to a lot of people. Number one, you get used to heavy traffic. So for me, it was very easy to adapt and not get scared of seeing so many people, because people that live in inner cities where they're not used to seeing too many people around them, they get scared and they don't like. But when you're in New York City, we used to seeing so much diversity and so much people and so much commotion and traffic, so it's easy for us to adjust to that. Another thing is like there's a lot of power outage. The power outage there goes, so the light goes off, but then most of the places there, they have a way, generators that will start up the light system until it come back. The water now, I didn't drink their local water because I was not sure if it was good or not. And sometimes it's not because it's bad water, it's just that our bodies, if they're not it's not environmental, we're not used to their water, we might get sick because of the bacteria from different continents, so we're not exposed to whatever they are exposed. But I drink bottled water, so if you go to Nigeria, just stick to bottled water to make sure you don't get any stomach ache, because your body's not used to the environment just yet. So these are the things that I would say, like, it's very important to know if you go to the market and things like that. So just keep your bag and belongings really close to you, because there's a lot of pickpockets and swiftness with it, and you don't want to get a bad experience. But overall, I'll tell you, overall, Nigeria, Lagos is a beautiful place where people are very, very warm, very, very kind, very, very lovingful. I'm telling you, if there was no poverty in Nigeria, people would want to go there, like if it's living in Dubai, but with so much love, because people are so lovingful. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, these were gifts given to me by Meyer over there. So I was like so so excited for this African outfit and everything like that, and I'm able to use it for the new year. So I'm so grateful for this gift. People said if I like finding love, like honestly, I will probably relocate to Nigeria. But then again, I have my family in New York, so it's a big decision to make. But I will definitely go back and visit. And yes, so I had a great time in Lagos, Nigeria. If you decide to go back or even visit Nigeria, make sure that you educate yourself on what to expect in Nigeria, but you're gonna have such a good time. And just go in December, because December is the best time where Nigerians is ready to party. So I want to say thank you, Nigeria, for all the love, and embrace love and the love you guys gave me. that I'm still having radiance in my heart. And regardless of what people say around the world about you guys, my experience is that you guys showed me true, genuine love. So I give it up to Nigeria. Lagos. Mwah. Love you.